Hi, this is Monty from Moat Park Vehicles and welcome to another one of our detailed vehicle appraisals on a car that's just been part exchanged with us really. So this particular car is a part exchange vehicle clearance. It's not the normal kind of retailable cars that I would normally sell that range between, I don't know, let's say £5,000 up to about, I don't know, 12 to 15,000. So this is not one of my normal retail units. So it's been sold as a part exchange clearance, and I will give you a better view very shortly. Just someone's just coming down the road, they want to get run over. So the young lad who part exchanged his car's had it for a few years, looked after it, whatever generally the car is needed, sort of like it's got a couple of new tyres on there and stuff like that, he's generally done. Now bodywork wise, it's not too bad, really isn't that bad for a 12-year-old vehicle that's covered 70,000 miles. You've got a decent service history of the vehicle, but you've got a few little bits and pieces that don't seem to work in the car. Now I've covered about 30 miles in it so far, drives absolutely fine, but I'll tell you what needs doing. Now if I started, I don't know, if I wanted to invest another £500 into this car, getting the other bits and pieces right, it's just not worth it for me because of the recommended selling price of the car is about just over £2,000. So it just doesn't really work. It's just not economical sense for me to go and spend £500, and that's what it would cost me to get the car to where I'd want it to be to retail it on. So we pass them on as part exchange clearances. They are cheaper than what the recommended retail price is, but what most garages don't tell you is what they know that's wrong with the car. So I won't go into now let's just do the bodywork first of all. So around the car it's not too bad. You've got some, I think it's new tyres all the way around actually, looking at it. Now you've got a few little marks here and there. It's to be understandable on the vehicle, but it's not that bashed up. Look at it. It isn't that bad at all. I'm probably knocking this car when I shouldn't really be knocking it as much as I am. Now, the bits that I've seen, you've got these, on these A pillars or B pillars here, you've got a bit of rust sort of surface. Some of it's gone through, some of it's more surface. That one there, they're quite common for the Hyundais of this sort of age anyway. Alright, you've got a couple of little hairline scratches here, and I think there's a couple of little bits and pieces around the back bumper, but nothing major. Now what I do know is there is no partial shelf with the car. That's not the end of the world. Again, looking down this side of the car, doesn't actually look too bad. Got a little bit of a scuff at the bottom of the bumper there, and again you've got this bit of surface rust there, and some more around here. This side's probably a little bit worse than the other, and again at the top. Just one of those things really. Age of the car, they weren't the greatest of build quality Hyundais of this sort of age and era. Now tell you about what I know about what's wrong with the car. So it drives well, but in my opinion, I know for a fact the air conditioning doesn't work. Now I know the compressor works, I know the fan works, all of that, because I've tried to regas it myself, but there is a leak from the condenser and you can hear it, to be fair. The fact everything works, you can actually get the air conditioning to work, but only for a split, I don't know, it works for a few minutes until it starts losing the pressure. And there is, I think, down there to do with a condenser. I'm not too sure if you can pick it up. Oh, it's down here somewhere. Slightly damaged, and that's where it's leaking from. Anything else I know about the car? The radio, not working. Could be a fuse, could be a radio, not too sure. With these part exchange clearance cars, we don't start investigating all that. It is what it is. So if you want to get the air conditioning working, you need a condenser. Which I think you can pick up for about £65. Radio doesn't work, it could be a fuse, but everything else seems to work fine. I would advise the next person to buy the car, it probably needs some rear shoes or brake shoes, because when you do some heavy braking you can hear a little bit of graunchy noise, and I know it's definitely the brake shoes, because if you drive down the road and pull the handbrake up slightly you can feel the kind of graunchy noise, but if you're just braking normally you can't really hear it. But I would suspect, because 80% of the braking is done on the front of the car, 20% on the back, it will need some shoes very shortly, if not now, to be fair. Hopefully you can pick that all up inside. But everything, I say everything else, there probably isn't much in there really. The mirrors are all manual, all the lights, all that seems to work. And again, the car doesn't drive that bad at all, really doesn't. Now the gentleman that part exchanged it, you know, he's bought a Fiesta off of me. He's not really sort of into his cars. It was just more of a utilitarian thing, gets him from A to B, that type of that sort of stuff. But safety wise, whenever it's needed tyres, whenever it's needed servicing, etc., he would do that when it goes in for its MOT. Okay, now these videos don't normally take as long as this, but there was another car coming down. Oh no, there's not. So I wanted to try and wrap this up really within sort of 4 or 5 minutes, and we're just coming up to 6 minutes now. So I just wanted to let you know, these cars do not, we can't put a warranty on them. We really can't. So if you're unsure about cars, anything like that, come down with a mechanic, come down with someone to have a look at the car. Genuinely, it's not someone who's had a vehicle for like 6 weeks and they want to get rid of it for one reason or another. It has been looked after by the previous owner, but he probably wasn't worried about the radio working, and he didn't care about the air conditioning because he just wound down the window. So if you're interested in this car, give me a call, send me a text, whatever, and we'll take it from there. But I've tried to be as honest as I possibly can in the video. Apologies, it's gone on a little bit, but that's all you can do. I can either lie to you and tell you it's absolutely perfect, or I can tell you how it is. And because I don't want to waste your time when you're coming down to have a look at it, you know, asking me why is not the radio working, why the air conditioning isn't working. I've tried to be honest and told you from the outset what I know about the car. All right, many thanks. Hope to speak to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.